Good morning. This is the long-term chart on EIGI, Endurance International Group. And I'd like to point out a couple of factors here. The shaded area is a measurement called Bollinger Bands, and simply they are two standard deviations away from the price. And as you can see, after the initial excitement of the company going public and trading uh, up here into the $20 area, you can see that we've had a move down and we have a long consolidation over the last 2 years or so, 3 years or so, between this area around 8 and the top of that range between 10 with this little peak here up to almost 11. Now, I want to show you something that I think is kind of interesting, and I'm going to bring the chart back in to the 2-year weekly from what is a 5-year chart here. And you'll notice that every time that the stock gets down to or up to the edge of the Bollinger Bands, we get a reversal. It's very simply kind of an overbought, oversold kind of indicator that I use. But what I also want to point out is the way that the stock has acted when it goes to or through the lower end of the Bollinger Band. As you can see here, we burst through it on a weekly basis and then closed on the high up on the week. This is, in technical terms, what is considered a reversal. Single day, in this case, single week. So we go from the low end of the Bollinger Bands to the top end, which is also in that area that I mentioned of $8 to $9 on the top. We come back in and trade sideways. We make another attempt and, in fact, get slightly higher than the low nines. Here, I think we're in the area of 945. Same here and here. We come back down. We go to the bottom Bollinger Band and we start back up. And we run from this range, closing at around 890, all the way up to the most recent high at 1095, and we ride along the Bollinger Band. We come down, we have another one of those reversal days. We start back up and don't get far through it, come back down almost to the Bollinger Band, more importantly, a double bottom here, and go right back up to the top and come down. We've come down through the Bollinger Band about 6 or 7 weeks ago and closed on the high of the week. The same situation that we had here in around the same price. We start back up and we get right to the point where the stock broke back to the downside. This is a repetitive way that this stock bottoms and tops. If I expanded the chart out to 3 or 4 years, you would consistently see these single reversal days. So the stock is back around support in this area. This was an excessive move, like this was an excessive move. So we're basically in this area bound by about 7.25, and the area that we broke down from around 8.5. I'm looking for this to consolidate in this neighborhood and move back up to the $9.50 area.